My perfect day and experience with a car like this would be to get up really early, put on my gloves, get into the car, put the roof down if it's nice enough. It doesn't matter if it's cold because you want to hear everything when you're driving this car. And I'd get out onto country roads, get it nice and warmed up, give it a good blast, and I head into the city. Because there's something about driving down the quays or driving by period houses and hearing the sound of the car bouncing off the walls while you scream up and down roads with no one there. That is my idea for a car like this. You don't have to worry about traffic, you don't have to worry about other people, it's just you and the car. This particular Dino is a low owner, low mileage car. It's a 4 owners total car, which is quite unusual for 1968. It's the early 206 engine, so it's actually only a 2-litre V6 quad cam. It's beautiful. There's only 83,000 kilometers on it from new. Stacks and stacks of service history, and that's what you want for a car like this. It's been maintained by some of the best specialists across the world, believe it or not. So it's been a bit of a world traveller. It started its early life in Europe, and then it went to America. It went over to the West Coast. It was over there for a period. It went back to Europe, and then it ended up in Ireland over 12 years ago. It's an incredibly original car. Certain models came with different things. This has the magnesium wheels. They're knockoff as well, which is quite cool. So you have a big hammer and you smash the knockoff bits in the center. No Dino Spider ever had leather interior, so they all came with vinyl, and the idea was that you'd kind of rock up off the beach and you'd just kind of jump into the car in your sort of swimsuit with yourself and some gorgeous girl, and you just fly off down the road. It was a bit of a gigolo's car, would be the way I'd like to put it. You know, a man about town sort of was the sort of guy who would own it. Every Ferrari engine to me, V6 and V8, it has a distinct crank. It's more like a churn would be the way I'd like to put it. And when you turn it, you know it's Ferrari distinctly. It literally gets the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. It's tingle, it's pure emotion. Clutch goes in, it bites, it moves off, you keep the revs up. It's just, you don't want to rush anything. It's just, you want to savor everything, you just want to take it all in. Something about 60s, 70s, cars of this era and the way they drive is complete, it's seat of your pants sort of stuff. You're really, really driving the car. You turn in, you have the feedback coming back, and you know that there's very little weight in the back of the car, and you know that if it's a damp morning, you have to have respect with it, because if you're accelerating hard out, it is going to kick out. The engine in this car is a 2-litre V6 quad cam, and the reason this engine came about was because Enzo's son Dino was literally on his deathbed, and he designed this engine. And he designed this engine so they could go racing in Formula 2. So essentially the engine in this car is a detuned Formula 2 engine from the period. And the thing was, all of these engines were actually made in the Fiat factory. They weren't made in Ferrari's factory at all. They were made in Fiat's. And strangely enough, even though they're the exact same engine, the Ferrari Dino engines have about 20 brake horsepower more than the Dino engines, so they're just slightly detuned. But it's just, it's a bomb-proof engine. It's chain driven, it's not belt. So once you look after them, they do serious mileage and they take serious abuse. For every 10 Ferrari Dinos, there's only one Fiat Dino Spider. And values of these cars have just increased steadily. They haven't spiraled out of control, and they haven't been just pure investor based, because the people who own these cars have always kept them, and they very seldom come up on the market. These cars average probably around 160,000 euro. And sometimes, depending on condition or whether they were concours restored, you could pay almost 300,000 euro for one. But on average, they're about 100,000 euro less than a Ferrari Dino. And in my eyes, they're more, it's arguably a prettier car. I mean, there's only less than 200 in the world. I mean, it's super rare. It's just, it's unimaginable even that it's sitting here. It is everything you could love about a car. It has a detuned Formula 2 engine. It was styled by the most prominent styling house in the world, Pininfarina. It is a Ferrari engine. It's manual. It's convertible. It's wind in your hair. It sounds amazing. It's super cool. It's from the 60s. It's just car porn. Everything about it is just awesome. It's just class. It's just perfection in my eyes.